Morning everybody, we're back working on the Kubota RTV today. This stems from the same problem that we were having earlier in the spring of the Kubota running hot. We were losing coolant, and whenever we were having issues earlier in the year, I actually had it parked on gravel and I couldn't notice this. But I washed the buggy up and washed all the dirt and mud and stuff out of the bottom of it, and when I did that, I pulled it in on one of the barns that we have that's concrete floored. And in that shed, as soon as I done it that day, that night, the next day when I come back, there was a spot underneath the buggy. Now, because this buggy carries the corn box in it all winter long, blame rats has been in it bad. And so I got in here this morning, finally get checking it out, and I've got the floor pan pulled out. I pulled the belly pan out of the machine, and I figured that rats had chewed a hole in the line. They haven't chewed it all the way in it, but they've chewed it far enough. What's happening is when this machine heats up, it's actually causing the hot liquid to come through the hoses. So that we're going to have to put heater hoses on this buggy, or at least a section of heater hose. Probably what I'm going to do is go up here and cut this heater hose, and then go ahead and run a new heater hose back to the water pump, and then I'll splice in up here where this is at. I may wind up seeing how big of a pain in the butt it's going to be to pull it through the firewall. We'll just see right here in a second. But I'm going to turn you around right here, let you look and see what kind of damage these stinking rats have done to this hose and what's actually caused our problem. Okay, so you can see this hose right here. They had a place right there, and then right there too. And you can see the hole in the hose is right there. And it's just enough that whenever it loses coolant, it causes the machine to run hot. So we're going to probably come in here. Yeah, I don't think I'm fighting that through that firewall. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to slice this hose, and then we'll take this section of heater's hose here and pull back through the back of the machine, because it comes back underneath through the threshold, through the pass-through here, over beside the hydraulic tank, and then up to the top of the water pump right there, the thermostat housing. So we're going to replace this section of hose, and then that should solve our problem. But I'm going to walk out here and I'll grab my tripod so you can see me make a big mess, because this is going to make a big mess from releasing the coolant, because I'm going to have to take a section of this hose, and what I might do is put a pair of vice grips on that hose and on the other hose, and then go ahead and slice this heater hose out, and that way I can go get me a piece of hose in town and some splices and stuff, and then we'll come back and put it back together. Okay, so I've made my official parts run. Got what I hope is going to be enough. Oh yeah, got just right enough. Got my heater hose. This was 1/2 inch hose. This is probably actually some kind of metric size, but we're going to put 1/2 inch hose on it, because with the hose barb and the clamp and stuff that's on here, this is going to seal up without any issue. Whenever I feed this side through where the old hose was at, I'm actually going to stuff it full of paper towel to keep it from getting any trash or debris up in the end of the hose, and I'll pull that back out. Let me grab some paper towel over here. out. I sure hope this takes care of this problem. I've been running Dad's RTV and the old Gator. Dad's RTV rides a lot smoother than this one, but I like mine better than I do his. Made sure to put my clamp on this end of the hose. Ain't nothing worse than putting the heater hose together, or any kind of hose that you're using worm gear clamps like this, and realizing that you've got to put the clamp on. Okay. But it's not good. Them clamps right there, I absolutely hate them. They do a good job, but they are a pain in the butt, usually. Hopefully we're not fixing to get covered in coolant. Well, I'm gonna have to go get us another worm gear clamp, because this constant velocity or constant consistent clamp is not gonna work. Alright, well, let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay. Top the coolant level off, we'll fire up and check for leaks. And then this is probably going to get another bath. There's rat turds all in here behind this cover, and I can't get to them with a vacuum cleaner. So let me set y'all up, we'll top off the coolant, and then we'll fire up and see if we got any leaks. On these RTVs, you actually have two different radiator caps. So you have one here for the crossover pipe coming out of the radiator into the thermostat housing. You have one here in the top of the radiator, and then you have the coolant overflow tank here. So it draws and puts it in and out coolant as it needs it. This one here is kind of a pain in the butt to get to, so I am going to fill this one here. up the overflow door. About to the top, because I know that when that thermostat opens for the first time, it's going to go ahead and send coolant down those heater hoses, and I'll be sure to turn the heater on even though it's July and 90 degrees. Get the coolant to go back through there and fill all those hoses up. Okay. Alright, so you can see there we ain't got a leak there. So that was the end of the hose that went on the water pump. Down here in the floor you can still see that that's damp, but that's just the old coolant that had leaked out in there. It's going to stay damp, but there is no leaks from either one of those two connectors. So we should be in good shape. We'll have to leave the floorboard out of it for a day or two, keep an eye on it and see. But we didn't overheat, so we should be good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the floorboard and stuff back in this buggy. Probably just lay the mat in there, and then I'll just check it every day or so and make sure that we're still not leaking. So hopefully this takes care of our overheating problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this job up. I'm gonna go on, probably gonna go work on some tractors and the skid steer and stuff, so you may get a video on that. Got a couple other things to get done, so but thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.